You are the esports generation. It's been built by us, but it's for you.
We're here for G3 at the Copper Box Arena, an iconic venue slap bang in the middle of the Olympic Park. For us at Gfinity, it just felt right to bring the best world-class esports athletes into that venue.
It motivates everyone. They want to be winning in front of that massive crowd, and it's great to have that sort of level of support.
And now you've got this huge venue here in London, which is massive, and sort of really get to grips with the esports scene and what it's all about.
It's bonkers really, because we're in a massive sporting arena with 4 games, thousands of spectators and an amazing atmosphere.
It's great to be able to see all their faces, kind of like a wall of fans. So I think it's a great location that Gfinity have actually picked for this event.
Gfinity are really rivaling the biggest tournaments that are out there, and the event here today for Gfinity 3 is just on a great scale. Gfinity are doing a fantastic job.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
League of Legends is a fast-paced, competitive game combining the tactical intensity of a real-time strategy with the character development and ability-based combat of an RPG. 2 teams of 5 battle it out with one ultimate goal: to push into the enemy base and destroy their nexus. You control a powerful champion with a unique set of abilities. Since every game starts fresh at level 1, you get the chance to play a wide range of roles and champions from game to game. Each champion has a distinct play style and can fulfill different roles on a team. Fighters get up close and personal with their opponents. Mages cast powerful spells from afar. Tanks hold down the front lines. With over 100 available champions, things get even more interesting as the many possible team compositions come together. Because to destroy the Nexus and take the win, you're going to need a little help from your friends. Across the map are a number of objectives that your team will have to bring down on the way to victory. There are 3 paths to the Nexus, known as lanes. In each lane, minions for both teams push forward in waves. When killed by players, minions grant gold and experience. Experience lets you level up your abilities, and gold can be used to purchase items that enhance various aspects of your champion. Each lane also has a set of static defenses, 3 turrets and an inhibitor. Turrets are dangerous when attacked alone, but taking them down will bring you one step closer to the Nexus. Destroying an inhibitor floods that lane with more powerful minions to aid you in your push. In between the lanes lies what's known as the jungle. Here you'll find neutral monsters that grant gold and, in some cases, special buffs when slain. But most dangerous of all are your opponents, who could be lurking around any corner waiting for you to make a wrong move. Grouping up to push down a turret, roaming the map for kills, plotting an ambush from the jungle. League is a game of teamwork and strategic depth, and there are many paths to victory. Working together to break the base and destroy the Nexus is just one of the things that keeps players coming back. There's always some aspect of your game to improve. New champions to learn. New item builds to experiment with. New plays to make. A sophisticated matchmaking system places you in games with players of the same skill level. Whether you're brand new or a veteran pushing for promotion into the next tier of ranked competitive leagues. The highest matchmaking tier, Challenger, offers the most talented players a direct path into the professional esports scene, where the upper limits of competitive play are pushed to new heights every week. With multiple game modes, frequent balance updates, and new champions coming out on a regular basis, League is always evolving and growing. New champs, new friends, new strats. Every game starts at level 1, and every game's a new experience. See you on the fields of justice.
Good morning, EGX. Now, I actually have something to say about those videos we just saw, because every day I've done this, there's been clapping at the end of the League of Legends video. Are we awake this morning? That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. All right, so yes, this is EGX. We are Gfinity, and we are presenting League of Legends Play Like a Pro. So I am Brycey, and we're going to get a few things going here. We've got a few giveaways just for you guys turning up. You probably noticed the great set design around here. We have a wonderful tree. Some say it might be Malkai's cousin. We're not entirely sure.
Are you talking about me?
Yes, I am actually.
I'm just a tree. I've been standing here for 4 days, having people pull at me branches and me leaves, and then you just start talking about me.
Well, I was a little bit concerned. I think there's a couple sitting underneath you. They haven't been getting up to anything, have they?
To be fair, there's been loads of kissing and they've read poems to each other, and I'm starting to feel a bit sick, to be honest.
Well, we need you to stand there for one more day. Do you think you can deal with that?
Yeah, all right, yeah, I'll try. I'll do my best. but only if this lot get up and start moving about a bit.
Wow, well, guys, just get up and moving for a start. Everybody get up and come to the front. You're going to want to come here anyway. We've got T-shirts to give away. I'm also going to pick you guys to play League of Legends. So, first things first, who wants a T-shirt? No. I'm aware it's a Sunday morning. I'm aware it's early. But that is in no way acceptable. I said, who wants a T-shirt? That's a little bit better. Okay. I still can't really decide. So does the right side want this T-shirt? Does the left side want this T-shirt? Dude, you got thrashed. I'd also like to welcome my compatriot to the stage. He's actually standing at the back. Martin.
Hiya, I'm just going to stand over here. I want to talk to people. Can I talk to people?
Yeah, let's get to talk to people.
Right, our cameraman, his name is Lewis. Let's make life really difficult for Lewis. Who got the T-shirt? What side? This side?
Yeah, left side got the T-shirt.
I want to talk to this side.
All right,
got a T-shirt. I want to see
who the right side.
Who wants a T-shirt in here? Right, but I want. Why should you get a T-shirt?
Because I'm the best.
Why are you the best?
Just look at me. Look at this. Why shouldn't I get this T-shirt?
All right, he's confident. He claims to be the best, but the thing is, I'm the best.
You're
so
the best. You're the best.
You're all right. Maybe. Who else wants a T-shirt? Sorry, Liz. We're here. Just so you know, we're here. Right. Why should you get a T-shirt?
He says he's the best, but he needs to show it on the field to show he's the best, and I will show it.
Oh, right. Hold on. This could turn into a fight. This is just about a T-shirt, lads. It's only a T-shirt. Who wants a T-shirt over here? You do, mate. Why do you want a T-shirt?
Because Benson is better than Brycey.
That's a little bit political and it's hurting, but you might get 500 quid for saying that. Right, one more time. Who wants a T-shirt? Who wants a T-shirt? What about you, mate? Why should you have a T-shirt?
Because I went Gfinity 3.
Because you went to Gfinity 3? Then you can have a T-shirt. Good stuff. Brycey! Brycey!
All right, let's get this started. It's what you're all here for. Does anybody here want to play in one of these booths right now? Okay, I have a few questions, because I generally hate picking, right? Because I feel like I've let everybody else down. So I'll probably spice it up. Is anybody wearing cosplay today? Is anyone here cosplayed up? That is not a great cosplay.
He's got a hat on.
Yeah. I was about 8 million hats this weekend. There's a guy with his hand up there. Who are you cosplaying? Come to the front. Come to the front. I can't see you. Ooh. Who are you cosplaying? Oh, no. Who you cosplaying first?
Ratman.
Right. You know what? I'm going to take that. You want to come around the side? You're first in.
Good stuff. Well done.
I'm going to take that.
You just got a white coat on.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Who should I pick someone?
I don't know. I don't know if they want to play. I don't know if they want to play.
Do you really want to play? All right, that's a bit better. Right, who else wants to play? Show me. Show me. Show me. Why do you want to play, mate? Why? Why?
Why? Don't know.
No good. No good. You must have an. I'm gonna have another go at that. I'm gonna come back in a minute and ask you again. Give you some time to think. You have to know why, even if it's because I wanna. That's all right. Should we try that one more time? Let's pick someone totally at random. You, mate. What? Why do you want to play?
I want to show the vein mechanics.
All right, that's not bad. That's better. We're getting there, aren't we? Keep thinking about it. Right. One more time. Who wants to play League of Legends? Are you going to be any good though? You will. You promise?
I promise.
What's your name?
Sophie.
Sophie, come round that way and jump into the booth with Gemma there. Good stuff. Right, Brycey, your go, mate.
Okay, so I have a question. And it's a really easy question if you play League of Legends.
It's me out.
Really easy. So, League of Legends recently introduced a new tier in the ranking system. Don't shout it out, that makes this entire thing pointless. One person shouts it, 200 people know. All right? Stick your hand up if you know the answer to this question, which you probably all do now. Okay, I'm going to go to this man here. What is the new tier called?
Masters.
Yes, it is. You want to come around the side, you can get one of the booth.
Good stuff, I like that. Right, I'm going to pick someone totally at random and ask them why they want to play League of Legends. Why do you want to play League of Legends?
To prove that I'm the best on that stage.
Right, that'll do. Get in there. Go in there. That'll do. We get there in the We got there in the end, mate, didn't we? Come round the side. Go round the side, please. We got there in the end, Bryce.
Okay, so it's a Sunday morning. They were kind of lackluster. There was no clapping during the intro videos. Let's see. Martin, you take the left side. I'm going to take the right side. We're going to see if they can make some volume to actually prove. And I want to see a screamer. I want someone passionate about this game. Okay? Martin, let's see what noise your side has got.
Right, just to be clear, who's on my team? I'm very selective. Right, you lot are not on my team. You lot are. Let me just... I didn't even ask them to do that and they do it. It's all in here. Right, on three, we just want to show this lot what noise is. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hey, that's pretty good. We've got some good League of Legends players in today.
That's
okay, my side. Do you guys want to go in the booth? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty good.
We'll go one more time. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Oh, they're both pretty good.
Right, you pick one and I'll pick one.
All right, let's pick one of you guys.
Yeah. Come around this. No, go to the side. Go to the side.
You're so excited. Are you so excited? Do you want to come and play?
Yes, please.
Awesome. Come around the side. Come around the side.
Up in Matt, in there.
This man's coming in the booth. You're coming in. Come around the side. You're in. You're done. You didn't even hear what he said, Martin. It was fantastic. He's in. If you want to go, yeah, just in here. Come see our friendly admin.
How many you got in there?
I believe I now have 4, so I have 1 more space. How many of you got?
You come in this side, then we're evened up. Then we're evened up. We need one more each. Nice one.
Okay. I'm just going to check what positions they're all playing, actually, and I'll find the filling positions. Okay, so
I'm not going to do that. That's a little bit too scientific. I just want someone really cool. I want someone really, really cool. You look pretty cool. Why? Why are you so cool?
Because I play League.
Mate, we've got Riot here. They're going to love that. Come around there. Get around there.
Okay.
You cool dude. You cool dude.
Blue booth is missing a top and a mid. Is anybody here mid or feed? Anybody here mid or feed? I don't know. I see that's quite quiet. Does anybody here want to play mid? Oh. Someone wants to play feed. Feed or feed? AFK or feed? All right, one last time. Who wants to play? Oh, I'm going to pick. Keep your hands up. I can't tell you. Put your hands down. I haven't got that good a memory. I'm going to play. Look at these people. I'm going to look at these people. What I've been told. I've actually just got through my ear. We have a staff member who might want to pick. It's Jeanette. It's Jeanette. Where are you? Oh, there she is. There's Jeanette. Jeanette has actually just dived into the crowd and found somebody. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yes, come round. Yes.
Yes, get involved.
Need to find out what position he's playing. Okay, I want to know. Oh, he's going to come over the top. All right. Okay. Wow, there you go.
That's how you do it.
Come up there, little man. Yes, go in that booth. Okay, anybody here platinum or above? That's right. So statistically, right, that's like the top 20%. Just so you're aware, and 50% of you put your hands up. I have 4. Anybody here challenger? I feel like there's a lot of liars in this crowd. Yeah, I'm challenger. Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm stuck in silver, but I should be challenger. So, what we got left, Zach? We got a top left. Bit of Timo, bit of Wukong. Darius, anybody? This guy, all right. I'm going to pick you just because you're going to play Timo. But I'm going to hold you to that, bearing in mind that they're now going to counter-pick you to death. All right, you come round, you can be the last one in my blue booth.
We're ready.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
Oh, awesome. Well, we don't want anyone at all. That was not round the side, that was underneath. Okay, well, we can't have anybody playing coach. That would, trust me, that's not fun. I've tried it. Okay, so I'm about to hand you over to our professional, our legendary, our been here for 3 days and still need to impress me some more casters. Guys, over to you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, and welcome to the final day here at the EGX League of Legends stage, fronted by Gfinity. I'm Richard Polscam, alongside me is James Stress O'Leary, and we're here to get underway with the final day.
Yeah, and apparently we got an audience of Challenger players as well.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's Challenger.
I mean,
if you're on Reddit.
Pricey said about 20% is Platinum. I think it's actually a little bit closer to 10, and then Diamond's like 2%. So clearly, some of the best players in the UK are in front of us. And, you know, that's one of the great things here about these community events. And actually, one of the great things that Riot have been doing is they've been picking up a lot of their UK scene stuff a lot recently. So if you guys are all Challenger, I expect to see you all competing in the Four Nations. I hope you'll all be making teams to compete in that. But here today, we're giving all of the crowd the opportunity to play like a pro here with Gfinity.
Yes, indeed. So we'll see how these teams do, and they are kind of like solo queue, as you put it, like yesterday, Stressed. And these players will be put together, but you kind of have to be well mannered because you're right next to the people you're playing with.
Yeah, exactly. You look to your side, and the guy that's 0-10 is actually twice the size of you.
Yeah,
so
it's like, I'm actually okay with that now.
Everybody has a bad game from time to time.
Yeah, making up those excuses. Either way, guys, we are now into Champion Select. We'll see what the band champions will be, and Braum is already a little bit of a different band from what we've been seeing over the last couple games, but as this basically is a solo queue game, we are looking at solo queue bands.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen a lot of Yasuo bans, although we are 4 in and he hasn't actually been banned out yet. Maybe this is the last chance. Would this be the first time we'll see Yasuo here this weekend?
Maybe. He means literally being banned every single game. Everyone we've casted, at least. Lee Sin, Fizz, Tristan, and Fresh will join the bands out roster. Fresh as well is, well, definitely like a solo queue band, but more of like a world's kind of band. But, well, there's the Timo player.
This is definitely solo queue. That's what I'll say. But yeah, there was the player that did say he was going to pick Timo. It means that with Morgana banned out, 3 bans actually towards supports here. That's a fair amount of pressure being put on that role. But Timo being locked up in the top lane, I have to feel like only if your opponent is going to pick Nasus is that actually going to work too well.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a matchup that Timo does well against. I guess Darius,
yeah,
maybe?
That's
like,
the other
it's
one.
just like, oh, I guess that's the only champion you can actually counter in the top lane. But good luck to him. Either way, we will have Alistair and Mumu are going to be locked in as well. And if you could get anywhere closer to solo queue, well, we found it right here.
Yeah, we really have. The Fiddlesticks jungle again would be more. You know, a lot of players in High Diamond have been playing a lot of Fiddlesticks jungle. It can be very difficult to deal with once you start getting ahead. Not typically seen in competitive play anymore, just because of how easy it is to kill in the jungle. But if you can find yourself a little bit of time, get through the early game quite well in solo queue without all that kind of teamwork that is going to go with the competitive scene, you can get through that weaker phase and get into the mid game where Fiddlesticks really does become a terror.
And I'm also interested in where the Alistair's going to go, because of course it could be in the support role, could also be in the top lane. We have been seeing top lane Alistair kind of falling out of favour now, but over the last couple patches has been extremely dominant, especially because we are now playing on the live patch 4.17. So with Nidhi dropping and Maokai as well, maybe we're going to be seeing another influx of Alistair.
Yeah, so of course there have been a couple of changes with the 4.17 patch. Of course, Worlds is on 4.14, and let's start talking about the Yasuo that's got locked in here, because that's not a champion that was changed recently.
Yeah, so Yasuo of course has not been banned out. Yasuo has always been just as strong, and well, you have the Alistair there. That's basically the perfect setup for Yasuo. This is looking like an extremely strong teamfight composition.
Yeah, at the moment, with the Draven lock-in as well, they have two types of disruption here that is going to give Yasuo the ultimate. Take into account that Amumu's going to have his ultimate. Yes, it won't really affect the Yasuo ultimate, but at the same vein, it is a massive AoE snare that is going to work during the team fights and make it very difficult, and this would be a brilliant pickup as a final support.
Yeah, Janna could be extremely strong in this composition, but what we have had locked in on the other side is the Ahri for the mid lane, followed by the Jinx and the Nami, and that will be the Janna locked in. I'm looking across at the purple team, maybe Bardi and Mumu, you're looking at like a Worlds type setup here.
Yeah, and it's also a bit of a wombo combo setup as well. We haven't seen too much Draven, but again, it's another one of those picks that you can get in solo queue that it has a fair amount of damage. It just, when you're working with a jungler on communication with the rest of your team that teleports from top lane, it's very difficult to actually get him through the laning phase and stay ahead, and then get him through the mid game and stay ahead, because that's what you have to do on Draven. Jinx is going to scale very, very well, even with just a couple of kills, so they've got to be a little bit careful with the Draven.
Yeah, and of course, as you mentioned, don't really see it too much in competitive play, but as a solo queue pick is extremely strong. You get to make use of that passive, and well, we have actually seen at least Freeze picking that, having that pick at least. But he's basically like the only person in Challenger who will do that in competitive play.
Yeah, he really is one of the only people, and even then that was back on DreamHack when it was a much older patch. Yeah. That was when the Ghost Blade builds hadn't even started coming into it. Freeze was one of the first people in European Challenger to even start building Ghost Blade. Was doing it on Twitch, did it on Draven. You get that extra nice damage spike when you hit it, but Draven is all about the axes. It's all about controlling where your axes land in team fights, and that can be very difficult, because if you're constantly trying to attack an enemy that's kiting back, and you look at the disengage here from Nami, that's exactly what's going to happen here. To try and run forward, but also have to pick up axes that are likely to fall behind you if you can't control them, is very, very difficult.
However, if you do have the skill with Draven, then you will be able to control exactly where the axes land, and you can control that during team fights. So you do have control in that sense, but absolutely agree with you, Stress. It will be difficult for him, at least trying to get out of this laning phase. We'll see how much the Amumu can do about that, but up against the Fiddlesticks jungle, again, you were mentioning that is more of like a solo queue type build, especially like in the upper echelons of solo queue, is actually super, super strong.
Yeah, it really is. Very fragile, though, at the same time. You typically go Spectral Wraith, you then pick up a Zhonya's as a second or third item. It's only at that point can you really stay alive in team fights, otherwise you go in with the Crow Storm and kind of say, okay, I'm probably going to die here, but if I can do enough damage, disrupt the enemy team enough to get the carries to pick up the kills, then it actually starts working. You get the goal towards the Seekers and then the Zhonya's, makes you somewhat tankier.
Yeah, so now the Teemo pickup, which we saw very right at the very start of Champion Select, has opted towards a very aggressive build in the form of Ignite and Exhaust, and almost never see any laner decide to pick that up, and he will be up against that top lane Alistair, so if there is any matchup the team was going to do okay against, it might be the Alistair going up there.
Yeah, Ignite Exhaust is pretty much only ever seen on Shaco, and that's only because he boxes and wants to play greedy without smite at times, but that's also the Shaco that's kind of a coin flip on whether he goes 10-0 or 0-10.
Yeah.
It's not safe at all to not have flash on an escapeless champion and to not have teleport on a top laner. We'll see whether it lets him get ahead in his lane. I have a feeling it won't.
Yeah.
and it's going to punish him more than it'll help him.
It's a bold move. I think
Let's see
it
if
can be
it pays
said.
off.
Yeah, let's see if it pays off here, Stress. But the Mumu coming in, that's a very, very easy gank lane for a Mumu. Even in the early game, you just need to pick up those double buffs. You've got the Alistar there, and, well, he has 2 forms of CC. So I have to feel that's going to be a very dead Teemo in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, that's probably going to happen. I'm going to be honest, because Alistar is going to have sustain in lane. He's very tanky. As soon as he hits 6, he's not actually going to worry about most things he runs into. So it's all about getting a lead early on, getting the dot ticking on Alistar, trying to force him to burn mana, maybe get some help from Fiddlesticks, but there's not the greatest kill potential in that lane. I mean, the fear from Fiddlesticks isn't exactly the highest duration in lane. The damage early game isn't the most from Teemo. Depends on what he starts maxing as well. So there's not a lot of kill potential top lane against an Alistar. They have to be a bit careful.
So in a very, very poor lane, you basically have no help from the jungler as well. So you're going to be stranded on that island, going for that 1 versus 1. Might be okay. We'll have to see. I mean, we can theorycrat all we like on how these matchups should go in theory, but it's all about the execution, as we've seen before. All the Katarinas we've had over the weekend is just like, this matchup is not going to go well, and they all go huge.
Yeah, they all go huge because Katarina is one of those champions where if you make one mistake in lane, she's just going to completely dominate you. Don't think Teemo's quite the same. He's not quite got the same kill potential
or skill cap as a champion. There's not much outplay potential apart from right-clicking and hope that they just,
We've got some pretty interesting skins. Of course, these guys are on unlocked accounts, and we'll show you a few of them when we jump into game.
Yes, indeed. So we are now on to the retro very first game of the day here at the Gfinity EGX stage. We'll see which team will emerge victorious, and of course, Cottontail Teemo. Why wouldn't you go for anything else?
Look at him bounce. Happy little Teemo up in that top
Won't be
lane.
happy for too long up against the cow.
Yeah, who is using one of the rarest skins you can have, I believe.
Black Alistar.
Yeah, that is an old school skin.
Well, we'll see if it works out for him. And Amumu, heading into his jungle, will be looking to secure his blue buff at the start of the game. Unlikely we'll see any invades from either of these teams. At least going by what we've seen over the weekend, no one is really too interested in going for that early game play. And Janna has forgotten to drink it.
Uh-oh, that's not good. That is not a good start indeed. Although, saying that, she started with the build towards the Frost Queen's Flame, which typically you'll see a lot of supports not actually get a green ward with, so it hasn't punished her as much as you may expect.
Yeah.
Because she's not gone for that greedy Frost Queen's start with 3 potions, or 2 potions and a mana potion. It's not quite as bad. It's still not great. But she will realize that soon and then go back and pick it up. It just depends on whether it's going to cost them too much in lane.
Still has time. Got another 5 seconds until minions spawn, so we'll see if she notices. But either way, we will have Fiddlesticks starting up in his own respective blue buff. And these guys will really just want to get their initial buffs rather than go for those counter jungles. In fact, neither of these junglers do like to go for counter jungle. They really want to get that early game down. Get the early jungle items.
I really just want to follow Teemo, but all he's doing at the moment is laughing.
Yeah.
And as funny as the laugh is, I think everybody might get annoyed with me.
Yeah, but it's to intimidate his opponent. It's like a war cry to put the fear into Alistar.
Hey, at least it's not global anymore. Well, not anymore, but remember when...
Amumu, the robot skin. Oh my
That
God.
was the worst, when you could hear that across the map. But Teemo does have his global taunt.
True. True. And no doubt Amumu will be there in no time at all. Yasuo, of course, will also probably look for the roam. Ahri as well, 2 mid laners who will like to go to those side lanes as soon as possible when they hit those level 6 marks. Teemo getting the early aggression down, but it won't be too long before Alistar starts punishing him.
Yeah, you can see in the very early levels, Alistar is having a little bit of trouble here because Teemo has started with his E, the toxic...
Toxic shot?
Yeah, toxic shot. I was going to say, I thought that was cute.
Yeah, I mean, we don't see a lot of Teemo, so I don't blame you for not knowing the skill names by heart, Stress, but in the top lane, as you mentioned, that is the skill you typically tend to max first. Mid lane, you will tend to max the Q instead, trying to get that sustained damage down. Mid lane, however, will be the very first Yasuo, at least we've seen over this EGX Gfinity stage London Games. Will be the Charm Landing, followed up with the Orb of Deception, but won't be getting too much harassment down in the early game.
We'll see how good our player on Yasuo is, because Yasuo against Ahri should be a somewhat comfortable matchup for Yasuo after a few levels. Once you get past the initial ranged versus melee disparity, but hang on, top lane,
Top lane, Alistair will be dropping here for the first blood, going to Teemo. Double buff for Moo, sticking to him, however, after the spare raining down. Tantrum as well, gets the 1-for-1 and the assist.
Nice little pickup for Teemo, though. He did have to use both summoners. Neither were used by Alistair, so that is a big difference between these two. And I'll be honest, the Mumu shouldn't be pushing this out because Alistair really could just teleport up to top lane and continue.
Yeah, so that's actually going to hurt him quite a lot with the Mumu pushing up there. I didn't even notice how far he's pushing. Sometimes you just want to back off, make sure the lane equalizes.
Luckily, it will go into tower, so it's not too bad. But hang on, junglers are going to meet.
Well, Fiddlesticks has found it, but does he have the damage? We'll get the Terrify down. This isn't going to knock him backwards. Banishos comes forwards, but he headbutts him out of the way. Misses the Pulverize as well. Was not the play he really wanted. Mid lane, however, Yasuo is getting the damage down onto Ahri, and you mentioned it was a comfortable matchup if he has the mechanics, but clearly he does.
Yeah, it's all about the wind wall timings with the Yasuo Ahri matchup, because pretty much every one of Ahri's abilities will get blocked by wind wall. It just depends on how they can balance that timing. Can you get the wind wall down before the charm lands? It's really just all on that interaction. And that's what we're going to have to watch for the mid lane, because it is all on Yasuo.
Top lane, once again, Teemo does have the harassment down. Has the CS lead, which is to be expected. Alistair opting towards a Crystalline Flask start, and has also picked up the boots as well, which is a pretty interesting pickup considering the game state in top lane.
Yeah, he's trying to get in and out pretty quickly on the minions, but the problem here is Alistair, again, as a melee range champion early on against Teemo, is going to suffer a little bit, but he just really has to let it push to the turret and not have to heal too much. That sounds really counterintuitive, but Alistair's trample will passively push the wave once you start using heal, so you can't really sit in your minion wave.
Yeah, you've got to back off, heal, rinse and repeat. Bot lane, haven't seen too much of it so far. Janna just trying to get those auto attacks down with the shield on top of her. That plus 50 AD at max rank. Top lane, however, Alistair will be dropping, but more interested in the bottom lanes. They will be going for the engage onto Nami. Mumu looking for this gank. Perfect double bubble comes out, but will lead the balance toss into the bush. Exhaust now comes out. Stand aside, does not connect onto the Nami as she retreats backwards, but so many flashes have been burnt. We'll finally get the tantrum down. Jinx was looking for the last couple of auto attacks, but they make it the 1 and 0.
Oh, I thought Draven was leading on that one. I thought he was going to try and get the kill for himself on Janna. Ended up going over to Amumu. Good start, 2 and 0 currently for Amumu, and teleport was used in that top lane. Alistair is starting to suffer and is getting behind on experience. He needs to start catching up, needs to hit level 6. That way he's got a couple of points into his abilities and has that ultimate.
Amumu has found Fiddlesticks in the bottom river. Will be chasing him into the jungle. Has the despair ticking down. Plus Janna coming in from the bot lane. Does not manage to connect the Howling Gale, but still has the shield, and he's actually run out of mana. Just needs to connect an auto attack, but Fiddlesticks decides to turn around. It was because Yasuo was coming in from the mid lane, but Janna picked up the kill.
Yeah, Janna ended up getting that one, which probably isn't what they wanted there. But yeah, didn't want to give it over to Yasuo. That was for the best, I think. The one champion you really don't want to
Janna has decided to just walk into lane, but Jinx was not really there to punish. Decided to back off and carry on farming, and Janna would just walk out.
Again, up in this top lane, you can see Teemo has hit level 6. That's going to give him a little bit of lane control here with the mushrooms that are going to pretty much flood the top lane. But Alistair is not too far, half a level away, so he just needs to farm safely under his turret for a while. But taking a look at the game state here, Yasuo backed and didn't buy anything, had 1,400 gold. Actually opts for the Avarice blade rather than the Zeal, which is a bit of an interesting decision. Top lane, Alistair dropping low again.
And he's deciding to stick around. This is maybe not the wisest play. Mainly to just head back to base and come in once again with 4 HP and mana. Still has another heal ready to go, but a little surprised that Mumu hasn't spent more time top lane, considering it is such an amazing gank lane for him. He now has a level 6 and really just needs to utilize the Curse of the Sad Mummy gank. As again, Alistair is flashing up red in the top lane, still refusing to go back.
Yeah, looks like we may be having a bit of a jungle invade here from Amumu, or is it actually a gank? Looks like he's coming in towards the mid lane. Ahri, can she avoid the gank?
She has the Spirit Rush, but Amumu will be utilizing the ultimate, locking her in place. Had the Bandage Toss as well, but doesn't even need it, as the first kill will be picked up as a kill is exchanged in the top lane. Alistair stuck around, and that was, again, clearly the wrong play, and Teemo rips salt in the wound.
Oh, that laugh gets to me every time. It's too funny, but at the same time, really annoying.
Yeah.
Fiddlesticks did just not quite catch Amumu with that ward. That would have been a really nice spot out there, knowing he would have been on his red. But I think Fiddle seems to have the timing anyway. But mid lane, Yasuo seems to have stayed quite a while here. Can he get a fear back into the tower?
Well, Fiddlesticks is only level 5, won't have the ultimate, and Yasuo will be able to go for the trade, but not before he's just getting drained. Has to get out of range of that before you can re-engage, but we'll lose out on the trade. Doesn't matter, he just wants to go back to base anyway.
Yeah, that was potentially risky there, but ended up kind of being okay. Yasuo was fairly mobile, didn't have to use anything there to get away. Just kind of walks away from the Fiddlesticks. Once the fear is already gone, if he's not going to ult you, it's kind of easy to get away from a Fiddlesticks. He's not exactly the fastest of champions, so nothing really going on in that lane there.
Yeah, unless Fiddlesticks decides to go for the Deathfire Grass and point blank ult you, then it's not going to hurt too much.
This is risky though, because Yasuo has stayed. He's banking on Wind Wall landing. Ahri has her Ignite though, so she really is only maybe one tick of Q and an Ignite with an auto away from getting a kill in this lane.
Yeah.
Charm land.
Ooh. Oh, Charm will get blocked out by the Wind Wall.
That one always, that last split second forming animation of the wall.
Yeah.
You think the Charm lands, but it's so close.
Well, Ahri very nearly has her ultimate. Bot lane, however, the ultimate comes through. Super Mega Death Rocket, that will not be blocked by Draven, and Fiddlesticks is not even needed here. Does have the ultimate, but Draven is already out, and in the 2 versus 2, Janna will be dropping.
And the painful thing on that one was Janna thought she was just avoiding a regular skill shot, then saw the animation of the rocket and realized that she had flashed just backwards in the same straight line, and that isn't going to avoid the rocket for you.
No, it will not. And in the top lane, Teemo is just putting down the damage onto Alistar. But again, Draven is making this crucial mistake of maybe just sticking around. There's the ultimate. Crystorm comes in, but doesn't have the flash to follow up. And Draven decides to stay. Will be tagged by the ultimate, but still gets the 1-for-1. And will be able to cash in his Adoration Stacks before dropping.
Can Janna get this? Meanwhile, Amumu is looking for the top lane. Will follow both. Okay, that didn't hit.
Yep, now the Alistar comes in and will be dropping to the Teemo. Surely one more tick from the poison will get it. The 1-for-1 once again. Amumu comes in for the gank, and Janna was still following after the Jinx, looking for that retribution kill, but will not be getting it.
Oh man, that Howling Gale was pixels away from landing, but these supports aren't really going to do too much to each other here. But man, that was so close to picking up Jinx, and Draven nearly got it himself. He was halfway through the casting, well, the auto attack animation, and just couldn't quite release that axe to pick up the kill on Jinx.
Yeah, but he did manage to pick up the kill before, so that will be at least getting all his passive stacks turned into gold, because of course when you die you do lose half those Adoration stacks, which will hurt him quite a lot in the laning phase. It is heavily reliant on him getting that extra edge now that his passive has been changed away from those Wicked Blades.
The Haunting Guys and the Sorcerer Shoes on Teemo means those mushrooms are already starting to hurt. You saw Amumu going through his jungle. He already has some sense of magic resist, and actually Teemo's going to go aggressive.
Yeah, Teemo is just going one-on-one against the Amumu, who does not have the ultimate, only has a flash as well. Will be able to jump over the wall, but the bird will follow him. Shutdown comes in for the Teemo. Now the 1 versus 2. Can Yasuo get it off? Looks for one more charge of the Q. The shroom damage will be enough to take him out. Double kill comes out for Teemo.
Teemo just dropping shrooms on his feet there, making sure that anybody that wanted to fight him just ended up taking so much damage, and it's unavoidable at that point. If you want to chase Teemo, you've got to go through the mushroom field, and that is a very difficult thing to do here. 6-2 currently on Teemo. We said it's probably going to, backfire on our predictions of Teemo not being able to do quite well, because this is going very well.
Well, we did mention it is down to jungler intervention, because the Fiddlesticks won't be able to do much while the Amumu will be able to, but really decided to go top lane when Alistar was already low, so it would result in at least one of them dying before they picked up a kill in return. But either way, the mid lane turret will be going down to the jungler, and Ahri chiming in with the last auto attack.
Yeah, back up to top lane. You can see Alistar's starting maybe, I was going to say to be able to cope in this lane, but if he doesn't have some sense of sweeping, which he actually doesn't, he hasn't bought a sweeper trinket yet, he just kind of ends up taking so much damage, because these mushrooms are actually in quite smart places. They're not where the minion line is going to cross, but they're also not in the obvious spots for mushrooms. They're not in kind of the corner of a bush or tri-bush. Bottom lane,
Fiddlesticks has been caught out. Bubble will come in return, looking to follow up. Draven trying to get in range, but the call has been made to go onto the Dragon. Mid laner as well will be rotating into that one. Ahri has gone back to base, and Asher again is getting pulled by the Teemo.
That is a horrible lane to be in right now. He's so far behind that he's actually got no itemization to keep himself alive. He's building towards a Zeal, which I would imagine is going towards Trinity Force. The problem with that is it's not giving him any health yet.
Well, Super Mega Death Rocket lands onto the Janna in the bot lane, and the follow through by Amumu. This is extremely ambitious. Will result in the first kill. Gets the passive, gets excited. Will be picking up the second. Gets excited once again. Bubble comes in. Ori comes in from the mid lane. This is a dead Draven if I've ever seen one. Flame Jumpers gets flashed into, and a 3 for 0. Amumu, that was not the best engager in the world.
Yeah, that was... I don't think Amumu looked at his health bar. I really don't think he knew he was quite that low, because even if he was thinking it's a 3-on-2 in that situation, the health was pretty much making it less than a 2-on-2.
Yeah.
Easy pickup there, and you give Jinx her passive, get Jinx excited, and she just easily picks everything off.
Not good at all. In the top lane, 0, 5, and 2, and you mentioned the Zeal has been picked up along with the Merc Treads. Fiddlesticks comes in from behind and may be able to go for the one-on-one here. Mid lane, however, Timo has just decided this is his lane now, and he will be rushing into that inner turret. Top lane, Fiddlesticks still waiting in the wings, but more importantly, the mid lane trying to connect the Steel Tempest Whirlwind. Not be getting it down. Top lane will be jumping in as the Dark Wind coming across. The ultimate has now been used by Alistair. Should be able to get back to his turret. Won't be able to go for the follow-up and just drains his way through the minions.
Timo's hunting Janna though.
He is, but the Yasuo is coming in from behind, however, looking to get onto this Ahri. Draven's coming in from behind as well. Yasuo's actually stopped chasing. The first kill is picked up by Timo as Draven is still keeping up the chase. Now returns onto the Ahri. Great jump to the face. Will be locking up, but follows up with the sweeping blade. Tries to get out of the way, and the Super Mega Death Rocket comes in for Jinx, picks up one, and Timo secures the second.
And at the same time, top lane Amumu was there, managed to kind of allow Alistair to pick up the kill onto Fiddlesticks, but it went horribly wrong the other side of the map. Alistair actually ended up dying top lane as well, and only Amumu was the survivor from that entire engagement, and they're going to lose a middle tower for it, and that's not a good thing to be doing at this point in the game. With so much control from that Timo and this Fiddlesticks, they're just hemorrhaging objectives.
Starting to build up a large gold advantage now, 2,000 gold. The tower picked up in the exchange in the top lane, however, and despite the kill differential, 8 kills, it's not the biggest gold difference in the world, because look at the mid lane farm, almost doubled. In fact, it is doubled from the Yasuo against the Ahri.
That is almost to be expected. Well, not double. You'd expect a gold lead right now. You'd expect a farm lead, maybe 20 to 30 if it's going badly, but it shows there's some disparity between these mid laners. The Ahri into Yasuo matchup is very difficult, as we mentioned earlier. And the fact that Yasuo is doing pretty well, I mean, he's perhaps a little bit behind where you'd expect on farm, but in still being double his opponent is a good place to be in. But here comes the counter push from our red side. Can they get the middle inner in response?
Well, Alistair comes forward, and this is a very interesting dive. It will result in him dropping to begin the fight. Yasuo has been bubbled up, and Janna is on the front lines. Will be dropped as well. Super Mega Death Rocket comes through. There's the ultimate from Fiddlesticks. Doesn't really tag anyone, but the quadra kill for Timo. This could very well be the Penta. Charm will not land. Flashes forward. Doesn't have any more CC, and Amumu's denying this one away. Will not be resulting in a Penta. Here comes the Tana wave. Will be stopping before the turret. It was indeed as Amumu will waddle away from it and taunt Timo underneath the tower.
Oh man. I mean, if they can catch Amumu, I'm wondering whether the extended Penta time is still going. I think it's about to expire.
Yeah, I think it already has expired because people have already
respawned. In he goes.
He has jumped in, trying to kill that Timo. Turns around, shut down, and comes in for the Alistair. 2, 7, and 2. Finally gets some payback for the laning phase. Now Yasuo jumping onto the Fiddlesticks. This may have been a disastrous overextend. Again, Alistair comes in, but will be messing up his WQ combo. It doesn't matter though, because Fiddlesticks just decides to stand there and take it. 2 and 0. And what can they take off the back of that?
Finally, they get a kill onto Timo again. He is at 13 and 3 currently, and I mean, Timo kind of just standing there letting Amumu go straight on him is not always the best plan, but I guess if there's one person to give the shutdown goal to, it's probably not that bad, giving it over to Amumu. But at this point, they may lose a tower from it. Fiddlesticks is still yet to respawn.
Pushing down the middle lane, Smite goes onto the cannon minion, and Janna almost taken out and executed. Feels like deja vu here as Alistair jumps under the turret once again with a headbutt. Interesting.
Yeah, it's not been working out well for him.
No.
They haven't been able to get this Alistair Yasuo combo working at all. And that's really a problem because it's just about all their team composition has.
It's interesting. I don't think I've actually seen Alistair combo this game. I think it's always just been a headbutt followed by a pulverize.
Also, the static shiv as a first item on Alistair is not standard typically when you've been building static shiv. It's been as a second item after the Trinity Force.
Yeah.
The Trinity Force just gives you too many good stats on Alistair, keeps you alive, extra, health, tankiness, extra damage on everything. Static shiv, not so much.
Yeah.
It's good for clearing waves, but that's not really what Alistair is all about.
Unless he was just planning on split pushing in this game, which is fairly unlikely because you do have the somewhat amazing duelist of Teemo at the moment, who's 14-3, already has 2 completed big items. Up towards the home guard as well, maybe not the most efficient build in the world, but you do have the exhaust coming down, and the E is taking on to Draven as well. Will not be enough damage. Super Mega Death Rocket will be blocked out by the Alistair. And now jumps in once again, gets the headbutt, takes a huge amount of damage in return. Teemo sitting at the side, able to get all the damage down that he wants, and now the middle inhibitor turret is being sieged in. And Moon going for a very ambitious ultimate. Will be landing onto 4 people. Will be blocking out the Yasuo as well. Perfect tidal wave in from Nami. Takes out the mid laner, and will be backing out. At least the mini wave has been cleared out by the Mumu ultimate.
Man, the tidal wave there was crucial to make sure they denied Yasuo entry into that fight. He would have been able to stack that Q very quickly and then got the knock-up to make sure he could ult as many people as possible. The problem with it was that tidal wave was far too good. The thing that is really punishing the red team right now isn't just Teemo. Jinx alone is doing so much damage now at 507, picking up another BF sword, looking towards perhaps the Bloodthirster as a second item, which when you can stack that shield, there aren't many ways of ticking the shield away from our red team. So it may be a good second pickup here because nobody's particularly tanky. You don't need to rush that extra attack speed really on Jinx. You can just let it stack up using the passive if you're not under a lot of pressure, and no reason for a Last Whisper because there's hardly any resistance.
Again though, despite how many kills have been going down, 12 over their opponents at the moment is the blue team. They're only around 3,000 gold ahead because of the farm difference. And yeah, I also noticed that teleport as well, Stress.
I'm wondering what that was about because Alistair was only like here, and that's like 10 seconds maximum.
However, it did save him that 10 seconds.
10 seconds is worth 240 seconds,
Apparently. Not very good.
Wow. That's bad-mannered.
That's not what I meant. Well, it is what I meant to say, but I didn't aim to say it in that way. I mean, not very good in the sense that he will not be able to split push with the static shiv and then head into a team fight after that. I know exactly what you're doing, Stress.
Oh dear. You heard it here first. Pulse is bad-mannered.
Unbelievable. Either way, bot lane will be coming in. Alistair lands a pulverize onto 2 players. Yasuo is not in this fight, however. Draven comes in from the side. Standard side comes in. Gets the shutdown onto a Mumu. But will not be landing onto any members of this fight. Jump over the wall. Headbutt will be knocking him over the wall as well. Just giving him a free escape route. And I think everyone's gone.
You can see the difference in damage, though. Even getting caught out, Jinx was able to output more damage in that fight than Draven was, because Draven right now doesn't even have a completed item. Has a Bilgewater Cutlass, the makings of a Bloodthirster here as well. And it means he can't really do too much, but top lane...
Well, they sent Yasuo up there as the maybe only member on the team who can maybe duel the Teemo. Not going to be the case, however, as once again they get engaged upon, and for some reason the blue team decided to stick around. Mumu was able to catch them out with the Curse of the Sad Mummy. Looking for the follow-up on to Fiddlesticks. Not going to be the case. Draven already used the ult.
I was wondering whether Alistair was going to chase that, because at that situation, he actually only needed to hit one ability, so it wouldn't have mattered whether he comboed on a low-health Fiddlesticks. But this could be a tower going down in the middle lane.
Okay, so the middle turret goes down. Will they be able to carry on pushing? Large stack of caster minions. Top lane again. Yasuo comes in for the initiate. Doesn't have the knockup, however, and Teemo will just stand there and auto-attack him down. And didn't have the last breath, so there was no real chance of him winning that trade. However, the rest of his team is able to push down onto this middle inhibitor turret. Jinx is following with so much damage, 5, 1, and 7. Gets the crit for the last auto attack onto Alistair. Gets excited, follow through with the Tidal Wave, splits up the fight, picks up the second onto Janna, but everyone is too far away. Teemo, however, has managed to pick up a tower by himself.
Nobody can deal with him. You saw Yasuo go in full confidence, look to land the Q. Couldn't even get to the point where Steel Tempest would have given him the knockup, and happy as he is, just going to plant down a little egg, make sure nobody can come up through the jungle, and just keep going.
Yep, no one can really stop him. He is now out of mana on very low HP, but he will just turn around. Nami is there to assist him, and Yasuo gets destroyed by the damage from Teemo, and the Toxic Shot may be enough damage. Oh, the heal from Alex is still not going to be enough. Takes him out in the 1 versus 4. This is just a depressing game state.
It is not good. Everybody needs a Banshees and a Sweeper right now. Everybody needs like an upgraded Sweeper, so you've got the Oracles part of it as well, but man, this is a difficult pill to swallow here if you're playing against the Teemo, because nobody likes to lose, but it's worse when you lose to Teemo.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you mentioned, everyone does need a sweeper. At this stage in the game, pretty much everyone should have the 4 sweeper build plus the scrying orb on the AD carry. And if there's any game that you need that, it's this one when you have a Teemo putting shrooms everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at this point, both teams actually still have 4 warding trinkets. I mean, that's somewhat typical of, you know, a solo queue game. I mean,
Janna caught out by the charm, and
see ya.
Does have the monsoon, but the poison is ticking down. Super Mega Death Rocket comes across.
Got him.
Got him. Nailed it. Maybe trying to finish off the Janna, maybe thinking the poison was not enough, but Teemo is hurting quite a lot right now. Has managed to finish up the Q and the W max out. Mid lane will be getting the Tower Wave onto 2 players, and Moo maybe looking for the initiate. Lands Curse the Sad Mummy. This is a fantastic wombo combo. If only Yasuo was able to get the knock-up and follow through at the last breath, but as it is, just picks up the kill onto Draven. There's the knock-up, but will just be again eliminated by the Teemo, taken off the map.
Oh, the blind is too strong. Maybe if he'd have been able to get those 2 auto attacks off, he probably would have picked off Teemo. However, split push Alistair is in effect. How quickly can he get this down? Because it is a bit of a brace situation here. They actually defend the inhibitor because of how low they are. And that's all from that Curse of the Sad Mummy.
And the one time that Alistair was not there was the time that he should have been there to land the Pulverize, because that would have been a 5-man knockup into a 5-man last breath. On top of all the other AoE ultimates. Could have been perfect, but was not the case.
Could have been perfect. The thing is, though, that is going to give them a fair amount of gold back to close the gap. Inhibitor turret for inner turret is not the trade that you'd want to make, but when you are behind, you'll take any trade that keeps you in the game, as long as you have that Nexus alive. At that point, though, probably could have done with Alistair in the fight. Had teleport.
Yeah. He did. He actually had teleport off cooldown, so had plenty of time to arrive in the team fight. Had maybe had the clarity, but maybe so focused on that tower, just trying to take that down.
I mean, think about it. There's Curse the Sad Mummy is what, a 2-second snare?
Yes.
So that's half of the casting time already.
Yeah.
So if you call your engaging, Bandage Toss into Curse the Sad Mummy is
already 2.5 to 3 seconds. But Draven has been caught out. Tidal Wave comes across, will be cleansing out, but Nami will pick up the first kill. Janna comes in with a monsoon, knocks everyone away, but will be the sacrificial lamb. May have already been Draven. Spirit Wolf was used at the very end of that fight. Looks for the over-deception. Will be placing down the wind wall, stopping him from doing so. Charm will not be connecting either.
That is a painful wall to put down. Just eats the Orb of Deception. This is going to be the inhibitor likely going down here. I don't think there's too much that can happen here to prevent the inhibitor.
Yeah, not 3 versus 5. Not going to happen for the purple team. And they may just go for the jugular here, Stress. Maybe looking to close out the game. So the rest of the team has made the call to back out. Baron may be on the cards for the blue team.
Yeah, it's only Janna that was not alive, so they can't really push on towards Nexus turrets. It's a little bit too much of an ask at this point. I mean, really, this team composition, yes, Teemo has some sense of on-hit with the Nash's Tooth. Problem is, Jinx is the only one that's really going to shred turrets, and these mushrooms are doing so...
Is that going to be enough? Oh, it actually was! 3 mushrooms to the face will be taking down the Yasuo. And not only was this a great play to move on to the Baron, they had to go through the minefield. And Yasuo was taken down by the shrooms. Asta was able to use the teleport into the top lane, get a consolation prize in the form of the turret. But that was Baron going down, literally just making sure they couldn't do anything. And Alistair was trying to recall in the bush. Misses the combo. Should be taken out here. Flashes over the wall. Super Mega Death Rocket keeps him in place with the Akka Prison. Just needs a couple more auto attacks. It may just be Nami who's just going to ebb and flow him. Make sure he doesn't get away.
Oh, Teemo though.
Does follow up onto the Janna, looking for the move quick to keep him in range. Lands the Q. Chunks 25% of the HP, plus a couple auto attacks is basically Janna's health bar.
This is... okay, Teemo's out of mana, so he can't really fight this. If he did have Q available, he could blind Draven and maybe kind of try and outplay Yasuo. Not very easy in that situation, wouldn't recommend it. But They need sweepers. Like right now, you can't have one sweeper that hasn't been upgraded at nearly 30 minutes into the game against a Teemo. That's so nearly unforgivable. It will probably lose them the game.
In pretty much every game at this point, you should have 4 sweepers and the scrying over the AD carry so they can see their ways into not face checking a bush. And the sweepers as well will be able to fight for vision control. Also, when you have a sight stone, looking at the Nami here, as soon as you have the sight stone, you can immediately go for the red trinket because, well, there's no need for the other trinket anymore because you have all the wards you need.
And there's almost no situation where a support wouldn't build Sightstone.
Yeah.
So I'm a little confused here. Oh, flash forward.
Flash forwards into the ultimate coming out. Curse of the Sad Mummy. There's the first ultimate I think I've seen from Yasuo landing into a team fight. They get the shutdown onto Teemo, however, and that is 21 of their kills down the drain. This is a team fight that they can win. Zhonya's comes out, but no one is dealing with the Jinx apart from Amumu, and she will just rip through the rest of the team. Alistair is zoning up the back line, but there's the triple kill coming out, looking to move on to the Draven. This is the Quadra, very easily. The Penta coming in. The Pentakill comes out for Jinx, and this has got to be the game.
That is going to be game. Pentakill for Jinx, the silent threat. Teemo was doing the majority of the carrying, but it was Jinx slowly chugging along in the background, scaling up as well as Jinx possibly can do. 11, 1, and 12, and that is going to be the game.
Yep, they just need that one super minion in the mid lane. That's all they need, the soul minion, and plus Jinx with the pow minigun will be able to rip through this turret. Diana walks in and thinks better of it and walks back to base. This will be the game going to the blue team. If Yasuo can do anything about it, we'll be jumping in with the last breath, but all they need to do is focus down this Nexus. There we go, blue team will be taking the win.
That is ridiculous. Give it up for the Pentakill, ladies and gentlemen. 3 days, that's the first one we have had. So I'm going to let this winning team out of the booth right now. Guys, give it up for the winning team. Wow, that was impressive. Okay, who was Teemo? That was you, wasn't it? That was you. You played pretty well as Teemo.
I like Teemo. He's furry and cute. And you don't expect the shrooms.
Nobody expects the shrooms. Who got the pentakill? You got the pentakill. You played pretty well. Did that feel good?
Yeah, it was good.
That was the first pentakill we have had in 3 days. So congratulations once again. Give it up for the winners. Awesome. Right, I'm gonna just quickly slip past here, and I'm gonna go to the losing team. It wasn't close, I'll be honest, but give it up for the losing team anyway. Give it up. Unlucky, guys. Teemo too strong. It was not fun. Who decided to play Black Alistair? You did. You saw the skin. You went, I'm a play that. It didn't really work out, did it?
No, I threw really hard in laning. That was bad. That was really bad.
All right. Well, you're going to get yourself a skin code anyway. Give it up for the losing team, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We're going to reset this, and we'll be back in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. It'll be time to play more League of Legends.
One, two, three, four.